All right, we are at day two of breaking down every position group. We are approaching season fast, so we're getting through them. Today, we're going to be talking about the running backs, which I think is one of the more interesting rooms this year, one
Definitely.
of the more interesting depth charts this year. A lot of people are obviously talking about Jaydn Ott. If you go on the new football video game, Jaydn Ott is the starter, but I think there's more to it than that. I think in the past 3 years, we've seen a lot of different guys get a lot of different amount of snaps when it comes to the running back room. Demarco Murray plays a weird game. And we've never, at least at the Boomer backfield, we've never really
Yeah.
been in love with the people he puts in the field. It's always
No.
been a bit of a mess. Back in the Tolby Walker days, it was more of a mess than it is now. But anyways, it's an interesting depth chart this year. I think a lot of people have Jade Knott as the starter. I would probably agree with that. I think, first game of the year, the guy's going to come on the big screen at running back. Jaden.
Jaden.
Probably the case. That's probably what's going to happen. But I don't think that means he's going to get all of the important snaps in a football game. I think obviously he's a senior. Javante Barnes is now a senior, which is crazy.
Because we watched Bro as a freshman in the freaking Cheez-Its Bowl.
I mean that I don't know. It feels like him and Sawchuk are still young running backs, but they should if they were good, they'd be in the NFL right now. It's the
Yeah.
craziest. I don't know. That's
If they
wild
were
to
good.
me. Obviously, Sawchuk transferring to Florida State. But anyways, yeah. So you got two seniors with Javante Barnes. You got your transfer Jaden Knott. He's a senior as well. To me, they play very similar football. From what I've seen of Jaden Knott, I haven't seen a lot of Jaden Knott, but they play somewhat similar football. Jaden Knott kind of plays it a little better. But and then you have two guys that are very different, but they're sophomores. Xavier Robinson, who's like just a he's a
Yeah.
unit. Bro's a unit. He's your power back a little bit, but he's also, I mean, he ain't slow. And then Taylor Tatum brings a whole different element to the room. So it's four guys, in my opinion, that are very different and very I mean, except for Javante Barnes and Jay Knott, I think they're kind of similar, but very different, very different guys. And I don't know. I think a lot of people have it written off as just Jade Knott, and I think there's more to it than that. That's my big take of the day. I think there's more to it than Jade Knott.
I mean, if you put everyone at their playing at their highest level, Jaden Ott's the number one, just
Yeah,
because he can do both really well. He can catch the ball out the backfield and he
that's
can just
true.
run the rock. And I
Good
mean, that's
receiving
just plain
back.
and simple football. Like if you can if you can do both,
Hmm.
you're gonna start it pretty much anywhere you go. But the biggest, red flag or question mark on Jaden Ott is that he just came off of a season where what he played, I think he only played like eight or so game. Like he didn't play a full season, ankle injury.
Limited snaps in every freaking
Yeah.
game.
And hopefully this turns around. I'm gonna knock on some wood, but you're trying to rehab that ankle and our injury bug is we're notorious right now
Yeah.
for that's my biggest concern. If he's coming here fully healthy, I mean it'll be a close competition. Like you said, he won't take all the snaps, but like he would be the for sure starter. But knowing that everyone else, the other three backs are healthy. I mean, I know Devontae Barnes dealt with ankle injury, but like most they're probably healthier than him. So we'll see, dude. I mean, Taylor Tatum, he was so explosive like when he came in,
Hmm.
but his ball security is just, I mean, it's god awful. I mean, he was getting,
Yeah.
and that just comes from, he's getting smacked and he's a freshman. Like that's going to happen. So, I mean, if he can clean that up, I mean, I think I see Jay Nod as an older version of Taylor Tatum, in my opinion.
Interesting. I don't know. I think I mean, so solid points. Jay Knott to me, I think is definitely like he sticks out a little bit talent wise,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't like so for me, my big thing is I'm looking at his like stats from and I'm really looking at 2023 because 2024
Yeah.
is a bit skewed because he was
Yeah.
limited so much. And he had a couple of big games against some rougher defenses. USC being a rougher defense,
Yeah.
153 yards, 166 yards against Stanford. But then like there's not the greatest games as well. Washington 40 yards, Auburn 78 yards, Utah 46 yards. So to me there's like my question is like when he plays better defenses, what's he going to look like?
Yeah.
And obviously, okay, one thing we got to get out of the way is the O line is going to dictate all of this, but we'll talk about that down the road. But I don't know. We're going to have to see how it translates to the SEC. Like, we
Yeah.
just don't really know for sure how good he's going to be in the SEC. We don't know about his injury. To me, though, it's like Xavier Robinson brings something totally different to the room. I think Taylor Tatum does as well. Javante Barnes, I think, is in the worst position in my opinion because he's
Yeah.
just like he doesn't bring much new to the table.
Just a running back. He's just like if you were to draw up a running back, that's Javante Barnes.
Yeah, he's just kind of a standard guy,
Just
and
Joe Random.
yeah, he doesn't bring much different to the table. So it's like to me, it's like how does he get snaps over Jaydn Ott, over Xavier Robinson, over Taylor Tatum? Whereas like Jaydn Ott, really good receiving back. You have your power back in Xavier Robinson. So you have like different purposes for all of them, and I think they're gonna get used in that way. But Javante Barnes is in a rough position in my opinion because it's like he doesn't. But I still think he's gonna get snaps. But I mean, I genuinely think it could be. I don't think it'll. I mean, last season it literally was a four running back situation, but that was because it was so bad. I don't know. I do think in the first couple of games, the first game especially, you're going to see all four backs.
Yeah.
There's a call. There's a call I'm going to make. The first game you're going to see all four backs because by Michigan, Demarco's going to want to know, and Ben Arbuckle's going to want to know, like, who can I trust for Michigan?
Yeah.
It'll probably be Jaydn Ott by that early in the season, but I just think as the season goes on, we're going to see a lot of them, and I just don't think that Jaydn Ott. I am not. I think he's good, but when I heard things like top three running back in the SEC, top 10 running back in the nation, it's like, okay, we got to slow down because we're getting into a situation where it's like the speculation is a lot better than his proven statistics that we have
Yeah.
seen in college football, at Power Four football. And the proven statistics, one, are not really there in 2024 because he was injured, and two, in 2023, it's like they were good. They were pretty darn good, but still getting stopped against good teams. It's just interesting. I don't know. I think it's a little bit. There might be a little bit of hype. There might be a little bit of hype for Jaydn Ott that's a little bit
Fair.
over. But I don't know. I think it's more competitive than the room looks. I think it's more
Yeah.
competitive than that.
I mean, in the SEC, you would probably take X over anyone because he's just like a bruiser. Like he will run you over. He's
Yeah.
just physical. He's the most physical running back in the room. So, and I mean, that's what you think of when you think of, an SEC running back. You're not thinking of like burners and people that can just, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and name all that, but like you look at first one that comes to my mind is Leonard Fournette when he was at LSU. I remember he would run through every single tackle that, was attempted. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I like X. Probably out of the whole room, X is probably my favorite back. But I knowing Demarco, he's not gonna. X could have put up. He could put up 2,000 yards. Like last season, he could have put up 2,000 yards in freaking 4 games, and Demarco would have been like, "Nah, Jaydn Ott, you're the guy."
Yeah.
Just because he's. And I mean, hey, what do I know? I didn't play. I didn't play running back for the University of Oklahoma. I didn't play running back for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I get it. I understand. He knows better than me, but it's just frustrating to see. Here's my take. If I could get everything I wanted, I would go back to the old P. Ryan Joe Mixon two-back system, honestly, because I think we have the exact to Joe Mixon is Taylor Tatum, Jaydn Ott, Javante Barnes ish. They're all like none of them are power backs really. So
Yeah.
I'll just put them all right
Put them
there.
all in there. Yeah.
And then X is Samaje Perine, where he can run, but like Samaje Perine, once again, kind of a bruiser, would run you over. And that era was ridiculous. Was ridiculous. I mean, Joe Mixon was gone for, 60, 70, 80 on the ground, and then he was going for like 110 in the air, and Samaje Perine's going for 150 on the ground. Like we were running the ball crazy. So
Hmm.
that's what I would like to see. I know it depends on Ben Arbuckle's system, and I mean we don't really know. I mean you can go watch, but I don't think he's gonna do that. But if I could have my wish, that's what I would 100% do.
Yeah, I agree. I think out of all the guys that bring something different to the table, X is definitely the one that like sticks out. He's like a different type than the other guys.
Yeah,
I think again, another thing that I'm going to throw into this is I think Taylor Tatum would have a lot more favorable memory in people's minds if he didn't fumble the ball. And frankly, freshman running backs fumble the ball. That's just how it goes. We
Yep.
saw it with Javante. We saw it with Gavin Sawchuk in the Cheez-It Bowl. That's just how it goes. If you are such a bad team that you have to put your freshman running back in, you have to be able to sacrifice like he's gonna fumble the ball.
Yeah.
I think like if you're a coach and you make that decision, you're accepting he's gonna fumble the ball at some point.
Yeah.
That's just how freshman running back operate. So I think like Taylor Tatum played really, really, really well last year. He made those freshman mistakes, but like he's not, and he's our four. Like he is
Yeah.
listed as our fourth running back after all at the end. It's a crazy room because I could see all of them playing NFL football, especially these two young guys, especially Jaydn Ott and Javante Barnes has just been waiting. Gosh, dude, waiting to have his breakout season.
And then he gets this.
Yep. And now he's stuck in a position where he's going to have his breakout season just to play. So, absolute madhouse of a running back room, in my opinion. I mean, it's just crazy. And this is, man, good problem to have a
No,
bunch
100%. Yeah.
in that room.
100%. Great problem to have. But, dude,
Yeah.
when's the last time we saw a 1,000-yard back in the backfield? I mean, I want to say, was it Kennedy Brooks? Dude, it might have been Kennedy Brooks.
Hmm.
Eric Gray might have had one. I don't know. But
Maybe, but
still, it's like, dude, golly. We used to pump out 1,000-yard backs like it was nothing.
used to we used to not even care about 1,000 yard backs because we had the best quarterback in the country.
That's true.
And
That's very true.
having 1,000 yard back was just like part of it. And
Yeah, it's like,
that goes to an argument about Lincoln Riley's offenses is successful OU offenses back in that Lincoln Riley era always had a great run game. Always had a great run game. People think of the pass because of the stars, but there was always a really good run game with those Lincoln Riley offenses, and we needed it back. That's one thing that we can do. We have the running
Eric
back.
Gray had 1,400 in 2022.
Really, God, wow. I mean, that's impressive in that on that
Don't
team.
remember that, but hey, I
I
mean, I
think
knew he was solid, but
we were so used to Lincoln Riley running backs that like a 1,400 yard season didn't seem insane, but
exactly.
looking back, we should have been grateful. We should have been so
Yeah.
grateful. But yeah, man, I think we got to establish a running game. Hopefully, we do this year. That's one thing that I think Bill Bedenbaugh could lock in and get us some run blocking and make us a
Yeah.
good running team. And because you need it, we need it. Michigan, you got to be able to run the ball against Michigan, which is gosh, the test for the running back room is week
Michigan.
2,
Yeah.
and it is one of the best tests that you can get. I mean, literally one of the best run stopping teams that you can face, I think. So I mean, we don't know exactly what Michigan's going to look like, but we have a good guess that they're going to be an insane defense. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this room. Excited to see
Yeah.
what happens. Again, excited for week 2 to see who goes out there and actually steps up in the moment. So we will see. We will see. I think that's all my thoughts on the running back room.
That's all I got.
That's all
We'll
I
see
got.
y'all next
We'll see
week.
y'all next week. Yep. Peace, Bob.
Peace.